I want you to picture this. You're standing in the grand library of your relationships, and each book is a person you have met in your life. Some books are open, their pages inviting and eager to share their wisdom. Others are shut tight, their covers marked with the scars of cynicism and arrogance. Now imagine the futility of trying to pry open those closed books when so many open ones await your attention. Do you know what this image represents? It is the story of your life. It tells you where you choose to invest your time and energy. You must stop wasting your precious time on those who refuse to see the light, those who respond to our kindness with disdain. Instead, channel your effort towards those who cherish life and embrace the beauty of growth and transformation. Here's a truth you have to remember all the days of your life. If you argue with an arrogant cynic, you'll get hurt. Challenge bad behavior and you'll face backlash. So don't bother with a scoffer, you'll just end up being mistreated. But if you correct someone who values life, they'll appreciate it. Save your advice for the wise, they'll become wiser. Share what you know with good people, they'll benefit from it. We all know the type, the arrogant cynic, the person who dismisses every suggestion, scoffs at every new idea, and meets every kind gesture with a sneer. These individuals are not just challenging, they are draining. They siphon our energy, leaving us depleted and questioning our worth. Imagine reaching out to help someone, only to have your hand slapped away. The sting of rejection is sharp, but what's even more painful is the realization that your efforts are in vain. Arrogance breeds resistance, and cynicism creates walls that even the most determined efforts cannot penetrate. These walls are fortified by years of negativity and a refusal to change. Trying to scale them is a Sisyphean task. No matter how hard you push, you will find yourself back at the bottom, your spirit bruised and battered. That is why you have to learn how to use the power of redirection. You have the power to choose where you invest your time and energy. Instead of battling against the unyielding walls of fools, redirect your efforts to those who genuinely care about life. These individuals are the open books, their pages ready to be turned, their minds eager to learn, and their hearts open to love and kindness. Do you know what happens when you invest in those who care? You plant seeds in fertile soil. Your words of encouragement, your acts of kindness, and your shared wisdom take root and grow. These individuals will not only appreciate your efforts, they will thrive because of them. They will become positive people, spreading the light you have shared with them. That's when you experience the joy of impacting lives. It's the joy that comes from seeing someone flourish because of your influence. It is a profound and deeply fulfilling experience. When you see a spark of understanding in someone's eyes, when you witness their growth and transformation, you realize that your efforts have not been in vain. This is the true reward of investing in those who care, the knowledge that you have made a meaningful difference in someone's life. Think of a place where every act of kindness you offer is met with gratitude. Every piece of advice is taken to heart, and every word of encouragement is cherished. This is not a fantasy. It is the reality you can create by choosing to help those who are open to change, those who value life and its infinite possibilities. When you understand your worth, you make this shift. When you finally realize that you are indeed a wellspring of wisdom, kindness, and love, you also realize that your time and energy are precious resources. Not everyone deserves a share of them. It is not selfish to protect yourself from those who drain you. It is an act of self-respect. And from this act of self-respect comes your emotional healing. By choosing to invest in those who appreciate your efforts, you are affirming your value. You are acknowledging that your kindness is a gift. You should give it to those who treasure it. Please don't get this wrong. This is not about giving up on people. It's about prioritizing your own well-being and maximizing your positive impact on the world. That is how you cultivate a positive environment to heal your emotional wounds. A garden filled with vibrant, thriving plants is far more beautiful than one choked with weeds. When you surround yourself with people who are positive, open-minded, and eager to grow, you create a community where everyone flourishes. Your efforts are multiplied, and the collective energy becomes a force for good. In this environment, every interaction is uplifting. Your ideas are met with enthusiasm. Your support is reciprocated. Your presence is valued. This is the kind of community where true growth happens, where dreams are realized, where love and kindness are not the exception, and where emotions are healed. Understand that your decision to focus on those who care has a ripple effect. When you help someone who values your efforts, they, in turn, are inspired to help others. Your kindness and wisdom are passed on, creating a chain reaction of positivity. This ripple effect extends far beyond what you can see, touching lives in ways you may never know. You create an environment where your actions spark a wave of goodness, where your influence spreads like wildfire, igniting the hearts and minds of countless individuals. This is the legacy you create by choosing to invest your time and energy wisely. This is the impact of focusing on those who care. So, embrace the change. Let go of the futile efforts to change those who resist. Instead, pour your energy into those who welcome it. Recognize your worth, protect your well-being, and create a positive environment where everyone can thrive. By doing so, you not only enrich the lives of others, but also experience the profound joy of seeing your efforts bear fruit. You create a legacy of positivity, a ripple effect of kindness and wisdom that will continue to grow and inspire. Turn the page. Choose to invest in those who care about life, those who will love you for it. Create a brighter, more compassionate world with your wisdom. Here's another way to deal with difficult people without risking your mental health. Always remember that a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Every time you stand in the middle of a storm, with thunder roaring above and the winds howling around, you have two choices. You can shout against the wind, adding your voice to the chaos, or you can seek to calm yourself and respond with quiet strength. The second option, though seemingly small, holds the power to transform your world. There is a huge and powerful wisdom in the words, "A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." They are a cornerstone for maintaining our emotional health when facing relationship struggles. In the confusing world we live in, you have to learn to prioritize your emotional well-being by choosing your responses wisely. Remember that emotional health is the foundation upon which our overall well-being is built. It influences how we think, feel, and behave in our daily lives. Healthy emotions equip us to handle stress, form healthy relationships, and recover from setbacks. As a garden needs sunlight, water, and care, your emotional health requires attention, self-compassion, and nurturing. When you neglect your emotional garden, it becomes overrun with weeds of anger, resentment, and stress. But when you tend to it with care, it flourishes, and so do you. The long-term benefits of prioritizing your emotional health are vast. You experience greater joy, improved relationships, and a sense of inner peace. By understanding and managing your emotions, you become resilient in the face of adversity and navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. We all encounter difficult people in our lives, those who seem to push our buttons and test our patience. It's easy to react with frustration or anger, but these reactions often escalate the conflict and leave us feeling drained. Think about the last time someone spoke to you harshly. How did it make you feel? Did it resolve the situation or only make things worse? Harsh words have a way of igniting anger and deepening wounds. They create an environment of hostility and prevent any chance of understanding or resolution. Allow me to share a personal story. A few years ago, I had a colleague who was perpetually critical and confrontational. Every interaction felt like walking through a minefield. Initially, I responded with defensiveness, matching his harshness with my own. This only intensified the animosity between us. It wasn't until I consciously chose to respond with kindness and calm that the dynamic began to shift. My soft answers diffused his anger, paving the way for more constructive communication. Your soft answer turns away others' wrath because it is a powerful tool for maintaining peace and harmony. A soft answer, characterized by calmness, empathy, and understanding, can diffuse tension and prevent conflicts from escalating. I know easier said than done, but psychologically a soft answer cooperates to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps us and the other person to calm down. It shifts the focus from confrontation to resolution. Emotionally, It demonstrates that we value the relationship more than winning an argument. That's the point. Of course, maintaining a soft answer in the face of provocation requires wisdom and practice. So here are some strategies to help you master this approach. First, pause and breathe. Before responding, take a deep breath. This moment of pause allows you to collect your thoughts and respond calmly rather than react impulsively. Second, try to understand what is going on. Try to see the other person's perspective, particularly when they are irritated or frustrated. Empathy can transform your response from one of defense to one of compassion. Third, have a better knowledge of yourself. Self-awareness helps you be aware of your triggers and emotional responses. Understanding what provokes you can help you manage your reactions better. Fourth, practice mindfulness. That is, engage in exercises such as meditation or journaling. These practices can enhance your emotional regulation and promote a calm demeanor. Finally, use positive language. Choose words that are positive and non-confrontational. Avoid accusatory language and focus on expressing your feelings constructively. Dealing with difficult people is like being on a deep journey into the essence of emotional health. It's not just about managing stress or avoiding burnout, it's about thriving. Emotional health means having the capacity to experience and express a range of emotions, from joy and excitement to sadness and disappointment, in a way that enriches your life and the lives of those around you. Think of your emotional health as a river. When the waters are calm, the river flows smoothly, nourishing everything in its path. But when a storm comes, the river can become turbulent, overflowing its banks and causing destruction. Your goal is to learn how to navigate these emotional storms without losing your balance. A crucial part of this navigation is how we deal with difficult people. Difficult people are like those unexpected storms that disrupt the flow of our river. They can be colleagues, family members, partners, or even strangers. Their words or actions can trigger strong emotional responses in us, often leading to conflict. When faced with such people, our instinctive reaction might be to fight fire with fire, to respond to anger with anger. But harsh words only stir up more anger. They escalate the conflict and create a cycle of negativity that is hard to break. Instead, we can choose to respond with a soft answer. A soft answer doesn't mean being weak or submissive. It means being strong enough to stay calm and composed in the face of provocation. It means being wise enough to understand that anger cannot drive out anger. Only calmness can. With a soft answer, you disarm the other person. When you respond with kindness and calmness, you break the cycle of anger. You create a space for understanding and resolution. This doesn't mean that the other person will always respond positively, but it does mean that you are taking control of the situation and your emotional health. Prioritizing your emotional health is essential in navigating life's challenges. By understanding the power of a soft answer, you can turn away wrath and foster environments of peace and understanding. Your responses are within your control. Choose kindness and calmness and transform your life. Next time you find yourself in a storm, remember the choice you have. Seek the calm within and let your soft answers be the guiding light that turns away wrath. Embrace this wisdom. Watch as your emotional garden flourishes, bringing joy and serenity to your life. Here's another scene that can explain how complicated it is to deal with a difficult person. Imagine it's summertime and you worked hard to find a camping spot at your favorite campground. Everybody wants to go to this park because of its beautiful lake, and you got the spot. Then you are there, standing at the edge of a serene lake. The water is calm, the air is crisp, and the world feels at peace. Suddenly, someone hurls a stone into the water, causing ripples to disturb the tranquility. This scene is much like our emotional state in the face of provocation and conflict. The stone is the insult brought by a difficult person, and the ripples represent our reaction. But what if, instead of allowing those ripples to spread, we could keep our waters calm and clear? What if we could prioritize our emotional health and respond with prudence and composure? Sounds like a dream? Well, such a stance might require some practice and wisdom, but it is perfectly achievable, and it is crucial. Listen to these words. Fools show their annoyance at once, but the prudent overlook an insult. In our daily lives, we encounter individuals who seem to thrive on chaos, who have short fuses and explode at the slightest provocation. These are the fools who, driven by their lack of control, aim to disrupt our peace. They are quick to anger, eager to argue, and ready to spread negativity. But you are the one who holds the key to your own emotional well-being. You have the choice to respond with wisdom and grace, to quietly shrug off insults, and to maintain your peace. Your emotional health is paramount. Never forget that. When you allow others to dictate your reactions, you surrender your power and jeopardize your mental well-being. You carry a heavy burden of anger, frustration, and resentment. It weighs you down, clouds your judgment, and saps your energy. Now imagine letting go of that burden, feeling lighter, more at ease, and more in control. This is the gift you give yourself when you choose to prioritize your emotional health. Think about the times you have been provoked by a difficult person. Recall the moments when harsh words or actions ignited a fire within you. Did your reaction help the situation, or did it escalate the conflict? Did it bring you peace, or did it leave you feeling drained and defeated? A wise person understands that reacting with anger only feeds the flames of discord. Choose to rise above, to remain calm, and to preserve their inner tranquility. When we encounter fools with short fuses, it is tempting to match their intensity, but reacting in kind only drags us down to their level. Our true strength lies in restraint, in the ability to maintain composure in the face of provocation. By quietly shrugging off insults, we demonstrate our resilience and our commitment to our own emotional health. Emotional health is not just about avoiding negativity, it is about nurturing positivity. It is about filling our minds and hearts with thoughts and feelings that uplift and empower us. When we prioritize our emotional well-being, we cultivate a mindset of gratitude, compassion, and peace. This mindset becomes our shield against the turmoil stirred up by difficult people. It allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and to emerge stronger and more resilient. Consider the story of a great tree standing tall during a storm. The winds howl, the rain pelts, and yet the tree remains steadfast. Its roots run deep, anchoring it firmly to the ground. Similarly, when we prioritize our emotional health, we establish deep roots of self-awareness and self-control. These roots anchor us, enabling us to withstand the storms of life without being uprooted by the tempests of others' emotions. In moments of conflict, you have a choice. You can either react impulsively, like a fool with a short fuse, or you can respond thoughtfully, like the prudent who quietly shrugs off insults. This choice defines your emotional health. It shapes your relationships, happiness, and overall well-being. By choosing to remain calm and composed, you take control of your own narrative. You refuse to be a puppet manipulated by the strings of others' negativity. Imagine a world where more people prioritize their emotional health. Imagine a world where insults are met with indifference, where anger is met with understanding, and where conflict is diffused with calmness. This is not a utopian dream. It is a reality within our reach. It begins with each one of us making a conscious decision to prioritize our emotional well-being. Again, it's not about suppressing our emotions or pretending that negativity does not exist. It is about acknowledging our feelings, understanding their impact, and choosing our responses wisely. It is about recognizing that our peace of mind is too precious to be disturbed by the actions of others. The next time you face a difficult person, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my peace of mind? Do I want to give this person the power to disrupt my emotions? By choosing to respond with calmness and composure, you reclaim your power. You demonstrate that your emotional health is non-negotiable. You embrace the wisdom of the prudent who quietly shrug off insults. Prioritize your emotional health and rise above the provocations of fools with short fuses. Cultivate a mindset of resilience, compassion, and peace. Choose wisely, respond thoughtfully, and keep your waters calm and clear. Your emotional well-being is a treasure, and it deserves to be protected. Imagine standing on a serene beach, the sun setting on the horizon, casting a golden hue across the sky. The waves gently kiss the shore, and in that moment, you feel a profound sense of peace. This tranquility is the essence of what we strive for in our emotional health. To navigate the challenging waters of dealing with difficult people, we need to have wisdom. Think about these words. How do you understand them? Whoever derides their neighbor has no sense, but the one who has understanding holds their tongue. A gossip betrays confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret. Do these words make sense? Well, it looks like they are not mere aphorisms. They are a guidepost, a beacon of light in the often tumultuous sea of human interactions. We all encounter difficult people, right? People who test our patience, challenge our kindness, and sometimes drain our emotional reserves. It is easy to react with frustration or anger, to lash out in self-defense, or to gossip in an attempt to soothe our wounded pride. But what if I told you that the true path to emotional health lies in a different direction? What if the key to inner peace is not in changing others, but in changing how we respond to them? Consider the wisdom of holding your tongue. I know it's hard sometimes, but in moments of conflict, silence can be more powerful than words. It is an act of self-control, a demonstration of understanding. When we refrain from deriding others, we show that we possess a deeper sense of empathy and wisdom. This restraint is not a sign of weakness, but of immense strength. It takes courage to remain silent when provoked, to choose peace over conflict. Think about a time when you held back a sharp retort, when you chose to listen instead of argue. How did you feel afterward? Did you notice a sense of calm, a feeling of being in control of your emotions? This is the power of understanding, of recognizing that everyone has their own struggles and battles. By holding your tongue, you are not only preserving your own peace, but also fostering a more compassionate world. Moreover, there is the destructive impact of gossip. A gossip betrays confidence, breaking the fragile bonds of trust that hold our relationships together. When we gossip, we are not only harming others, but also ourselves. It creates a cycle of negativity, eroding our own integrity and emotional well-being. Trust is a precious commodity, one that takes years to build, but can be shattered in an instant. Being a trustworthy person means valuing the confidence others place in us. It means recognizing the weight of our words and the impact they have on those around us. When we keep a secret, we honor the trust bestowed upon us, and in doing so, we strengthen our own character. Trustworthiness is a cornerstone of emotional health, as it is the foundation upon which strong, meaningful relationships are built. Imagine the freedom that comes from being trustworthy, from knowing that you are a safe harbor for those who seek your counsel. This freedom is a gift, a testament to the strength of your character. By choosing to keep confidence, you are not only respecting others, but also nurturing your own emotional health. In our journey through life, we will inevitably encounter those who challenge us and push us to the limits of our patience and understanding. But it is precisely in these moments that we have the greatest opportunity for growth. By prioritizing our emotional health, we can navigate these interactions with grace and wisdom. We can choose to be the person who holds their tongue, who keeps a secret, who embodies trustworthiness and understanding. One of the best ways to prioritize our emotional health is by embracing the wisdom of understanding, the strength of silence, and the integrity of trustworthiness. These principles are not just ideals, they are practical tools that transform our lives. When faced with difficult people, remember that their actions are often a reflection of their own struggles, not a measure of your worth. Respond with compassion, understanding that everyone is fighting a battle you may not see. Hold your tongue when tempted to lash out, and you will find that peace follows. Keep confidence, and you will build relationships rooted in trust and respect. So the next time you find yourself in a challenging interaction, take a deep breath. Remember the wisdom of holding your tongue, the value of trust, and the importance of understanding. Choose to prioritize your emotional health, and you will find that you are not only stronger, but also more at peace. Improve your emotional health with courage and commitment. Emotional health is not just a state of being. It is one of the main foundations upon which we build our lives. It is the lens through which we perceive the world, an anchor that keeps us grounded in the face of adversity. When we prioritize our emotional health, we are not merely surviving, we are thriving. We are capable of facing life's challenges with resilience, grace, and compassion. When dealing with difficult people, it is easy to be swept away by the tide of negative emotions. Anger, frustration, and hurt can cloud our judgment and lead us down a path of retaliation and resentment. But think about these words. Whoever would foster love covers over an offense, but whoever repeats the matter separates close friends. These words hold profound wisdom. They remind us that the path to peace and emotional well-being lies in forgiveness, understanding, and the choice to rise above the pettiness of conflict. In the heat of the moment, when someone has wronged you, it is natural to feel the urge to retaliate. However, ask yourself, what do I gain by holding on to this offense? How does it serve me? The answer is clear. Holding on to anger and resentment only harms you. It poisons your spirit, clouds your mind, and chains you to the past. On the other hand, fostering love and choosing to cover over an offense liberates you. It frees you from the burden of negativity and allows you to move forward with a light heart. Consider this. Difficult people are often fighting battles we know nothing about. Their actions and words reflect their own inner turmoil, not a measure of your worth. By choosing to respond with compassion instead of anger, you not only protect your own emotional health, but also offer a glimmer of hope and healing to those who may desperately need it. This does not mean you must condone their behavior or allow yourself to be mistreated. It means setting healthy boundaries while maintaining a heart full of empathy. Emotional health is a journey, not a destination. It requires constant care and attention. Just as you would tend to a garden nurturing it with water, sunlight, and care, so too must you tend to your emotional well-being. Surround yourself with positive influences. Engage in activities that bring you joy, and take time to reflect and heal. When you prioritize your emotional health, you are better equipped to handle difficult situations with clarity and composure. Imagine the impact you can have on the world when you prioritize your emotional health. You become a beacon of light in a sea of darkness, a source of calm amidst chaos. Your strength and resilience inspire others to rise above their struggles, to choose love over hate, understanding over judgment. You become a force for positive change, not just in your own life, but in the lives of those around you. Think of the people you admire most. Chances are they are not those who lash out in anger or hold on to grudges. They are those who, despite facing adversity, choose to respond with kindness, patience, and grace. They are those who understand that true strength lies in the ability to remain compassionate and composed, even when faced with difficult people. You have the power to be one of those people. You have the power to choose love over anger, understanding over resentment. You have the power to prioritize your emotional health, and in doing so, create a life filled with peace, joy, and fulfillment. It is not always easy to cover over an offense, especially when the wounds are deep. But remember, forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of others. It is about freeing yourself from the chains of bitterness and anger. It is about choosing to live a life of emotional freedom, a life where your well-being is not dictated by the actions of others. Take a moment to reflect on the times when you have allowed difficult people to disrupt your peace. How did it feel? What did it cost you? Now imagine a different scenario. Imagine responding to these situations with a calm and compassionate heart. Imagine the sense of peace and empowerment that comes from knowing you have control over your emotional well-being. This is the life you can create when you prioritize your emotional health. Difficult people will always be a part of our lives. We cannot control their actions, but we can control our responses. We can choose to let their negativity wash over us like a storm, or we can choose to find our sheltered cove, a place of peace and emotional stability. As you navigate the challenges of life, remember this: your emotional health is your greatest asset. It is the key to a life of fulfillment and happiness. By prioritizing your emotional well-being, you are not only taking care of yourself, but also setting an example for others. You are showing the world that true strength lies in the ability to remain kind and compassionate, even in the face of adversity. So the next time you encounter a difficult person, take a deep breath and remind yourself of the power you hold. Remind yourself that you have the choice to foster love, to cover over an offense, and to protect your emotional health. You have the choice to rise above the negativity and create a life filled with peace and joy. In conclusion, let this be your guiding principle. Prioritize your emotional health above all else. Foster love, cover over offenses, and protect your peace. By doing so, you will not only transform your own life, but also inspire those around you to do the same. You have the power to create a world where kindness and compassion reign, a world where emotional health is valued and nurtured. Embrace this journey with an open heart and a resilient spirit. Know that every step you take towards prioritizing your emotional health is a step towards a brighter, more fulfilling life. You are worthy of peace, you are worthy of joy, and you are worthy of a life where your emotional well-being is cherished and protected.